Hey everyone, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. Happy St. Patrick's weekend to every Irish people out there. Thank you for being here. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I'm here with an energy update. And I have no specific dates for energy update. I just go with the flow in what's happening right now in the collective energies. And this weekend is a very powerful one for everybody on Earth, for Twin Flames, for everyone. So I will also talk about the Twin Flames just a bit later. As far as this weekend goes, a huge weekend for healing and purging and working on pushing out what no longer serve us. I feel like I'm repeating myself when I say these words, but really that's what it's all about. There's always another layer or another aspect of things to look at and to let go. There's always space for growth, space for improvement, and a bunch of opportunities all around and all over the place for us to become more enlightened, to go higher on the ascension path, to become a better version of ourselves. When we make the mistake of thinking that we're done, well, that's ego and um, releasing that part of ourselves that is tricking us into thinking that we're done healing is a good step towards the ascension path. It never stops. I'm not saying that it's always hard or that it will always be hard. You reach a moment where things become lighter and easier, and that kind of work isn't as demanding as it used to be. And we need to allow that to happen. So when we fall into the trap of, oh no, I'm done. I've done, my share of healing. I'm good. Yeah, take advantage of this moment of freedom, knowing that it's temporary. There's always more things to be healed. Things happen, life happens, sorry. And, things show up in our lives that create situation that demands healing. It doesn't stop. And the thing is about ascension is that we can only see as far as we're ready to see. So some of the things that are present in our subconscious or energy field are there. Other people may see it while we may not see it because we're not ready to. And that's okay. That's why it's important to get out of the way and just allow this process to unfold naturally, to unfold as it's showing up, to embrace it. That's alchemy, that's transformation. That's what we're here to do. That's what we need to do at all times. As soon as we start resisting, we create something else. We create something else that perhaps we don't want or that we may not see the effect right now. The effect may show up a bit later. So this weekend, that's what it's about. It's embracing this path, loving it to the best of your abilities at this time, loving it. Why loving it? Because with love, everything is possible, everything gets healed, and everything gets transformed into something better or more positive. So loving the path that you're on, not being in victim mode, and being in your power, knowing that challenges that are thrown at you are never too big for you to overcome, is what we need to understand at this point, or be, or embody, or embrace. Huge weekend of purging, so don't be surprised if you reach what may feel like rock bottom or episodes of being at the rock bottom. It's kind of unstable energy. It's transforming, it's changing. Again, here where I'm at, it's very windy, and it's a wind pushing us to see the light at the end of the tunnel, to see that there is something else that our eyes are seeing right now, that this is an illusion, a game. Something else is happening in the background. Something else is in preparation and will show up in a few months from now in your life. So resisting now, you're blocking this thing that wants to show up 3 or 4 or 6 months from now. Asking ourselves too many questions is not always good either. Just accepting it and rolling with the punches. I think I was mentioning that in my last video, and that's really what March is about, is get out of the way and just allow yourself to receive. If you're called to do something, you're called to go somewhere, go. You're going to understand once you're there, or perhaps a few days later. You're going to get in and you're going to be very grateful that you listened to your guidance. Past March, April, May, there will be no more space for people not listening to their own internal guidance. We are getting prepared for that. I was also mentioning in my last video how it is important to back up your words with the right energy and right intentions, because it's going to be felt. And I know a lot of people are starting to see this and to feel or go through these kinds of situations where you say something and someone will say something with their words, but with their energy, you're going to feel the actual opposite of what they're saying, or you're going to feel all the doubts and the fears behind these words that on paper they look clean, but they're not backed up properly. And you're going to feel maybe repulsed or angry or triggered. This is happening right now. It started already, and a lot of people will go through that. It's for us to understand how important it is to embody our authenticity and just go with it, even if you know that what you need to say to someone may be difficult to say. Saying it with love, grace, and beauty will make the difference and will allow you to speak your truth instead of holding it inside and creating another blockage. This will go on until May or so. So it's really important to take it one thing at a time. Try not to go too fast and take the situations as they show up. Deal with them as they show up. Don't wait too long. And move on. That's part of the karma that we're trying to clear at this point. And if you are a twin flame, this is of the utmost importance, because if you don't do it, it has a ripple effect on your twin. If you do it, it also has a ripple effect on your twin. So if you are still in the mode of my twin is doing this and is not doing that, look at yourself before you say these words. There is something that you're not doing. There is something that you are doing and you shouldn't be doing, perhaps. Look at yourself first. Take care of your own garden and your own life before trying to fix other people or trying to fix other people's lives. Mind your business, basically, on all levels, because nobody's perfect. Everybody has weaknesses or room to grow or to improve, and it's the perfect time to see those opportunities and to allow them to flourish into our lives. We are creators and manifestors. So in order to move higher up the ladder of life, of spiritual ascension, we need to see these little gaps that are all over the place. And we need to fill them with love and use our own powers to transform them into something beautiful. As far as the twin flames, the divine masculine, oh my God, they are working so hard. Some of them have entered into a really profound inner child healing. But when I say profound, really profound, I cannot express it into words how powerful this healing phase is for a lot of them, a lot of the divine masculine. Not too long ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago or so, they were working on the root chakra. They moved up to the sacral chakra, and now they are working on the solar plexus, which is the seat of our spiritual powers. It's not the only one. The third eye is a really big one. But solar plexus, this is where we receive a lot of guidance. And a lot of them are working on that using their physical willpower to align with their soul, with their destiny, with their spiritual path. Again, trying to fight against our own destiny is like trying to fight against gravity. It does not work. A lot of them are feeling the pressure, and for a lot of them, the pace is increasing. They cannot take it slow or take it like it's not important anymore or any longer. They are pushed, they have been pushed, and they will keep on being pushed into the higher aspects of this physical world, into the higher alignment of this physical world, whether they are aware of it or not, whether they believe in the twin flame connection or not, or all that spiritual stuff. We are reaching a point where more and more people will acknowledge spirituality, acknowledge that the spirit world is real. And it doesn't have the same significance or definition for everyone. When I say spirit world, I don't necessarily mean or talk about someone who's a medium able to connect to the spirit world. It's this thing that we don't see physically with our eyes. It's that energy that has an influence on our lives. It's that flow present, guiding us, influencing us, creating all kinds of synchronicities for people. We are part of this, just like we're part of the universe and the astrological system. We're all part of this. This is my definition of spirit world. So a lot of people will start acknowledging that, and for some, it's going to go through physical pain. Perhaps you started seeing this in your surroundings. People complaining about physical pain suddenly showing up. It starts there, like the body is trying to pass the message that the soul is wanting us to understand, feel, or get. So these pains, these physical pains that seem to have no roots or no valid reason for happening, they start in the spiritual world. And it's a message, it's a code, it's something waiting to be unlocked. Just like in the movies or in a game. We are in a game. This is a game. Life is a game. So in order to move on to the next levels, we need to achieve certain things. So the divine masculine, so a lot of them are changing their lives, major changes. For a lot of them, they took past few months or years to heal themselves, and they're now ready to move on to something else. And that may translate, depending where you are on your journey, that may translate into meeting your twin or union with your twin. You may be feeling this. If you are in that phase, you are resonating with these words. You know that something is bubbling in the background, and it feels positive. It feels lighter. A lot of divine masculine are also realizing that they are empaths and feeling other people's emotions and energy. And a lot of them have started talking about that. Choosing the people who they talk to very carefully, because a lot of them are not too sure how to go about this, but it's all part of their spiritual awakening. There is a phase, a purging phase, and what will feel like a dark night of the soul that will show up for a lot of people. So don't freak out if you feel this is happening to you. It is for good things to show up, and it's going to go a lot faster. So don't hang on to the past thinking, I've been through this before and it took that many months or it took so long. Don't hang on to this. Hang on to moving through it, keeping your balance, and using alchemy to transform everything that is showing up in your life. That's how you're going to reach the next level. That's what the divine masculine have been working on for some, and some are just about to go through it. So be prepared, be ready. For a lot, it's going to show up with the spring equinox. It's going to start there. So be prepared for that. It may feel strange or create like frustrations of thinking, I've been through it. Why the heck is it showing back up again in my reality? At this point, you should be able to realize or understand or feel if this is coming from you or from someone else. So if you're in the twin flame connection, you should be able to recognize if it's from you or your twin and do the proper actions to support your twin, holding the space, sending them love, compassion, meditating for them to see and find their clarity, to see and find their spiritual gifts and their own powers, to align. And it shouldn't be so hard for you to do at this point. For others, it's going to be a bit harder because it's going to be the dark night of the soul will show up for themselves. So it's a purging. It's purging that needs to happen. So it's just allowing that to move out of your system. You'll see the other side is really wonderful and beautiful. And you're going to start seeing weird things happening, like things that you can't explain even if you try to understand. The only way to explain it really is to acknowledge that the spirit world is real. We are part of this unified field. So if you want to stay aligned to your spiritual path and receive positive things, be very mindful. Be very aware of your thoughts and your feelings, what you feel about certain people and situations. Sorry, hard time speaking again. How you feel towards certain situations and people. And realign that if you feel that you're out of alignment towards a specific person or a specific situation. That is your sign that some healing needs to happen there. And by doing it, you're going to release that toxicity. And if it's coming from the other person through the unified field, you're going to be able to detach from it and not be on the receiving end of that negativity or toxicity. And it's going to reinforce your spiritual powers and your power. You're going to be able to stand in balance and do what you need to do. So once again, happy St. Patrick weekend to everyone. Short video for today. I hope everybody is good. And if you would like to get in touch with me, you can do so using my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings, on Instagram, IndigoGirl555, or using my email at indigogirl555@gmail.com. Be well, everyone, and enjoy this weekend. Ciao.